Welcome back to the channel. This is Trading Candlesticks, and I'm Brian, in case you don't know. I'm going to cover my Thursday and Friday trades on Trade of 8, NASDAQ, and the S&P 500 Micro E-mini futures. So I am trying to learn to become a super profitable day trader, and so far learning tons. Lots of help from some online people like Trades by Matt and Carmine Rosado. And this is kind of learnings from them. So I didn't get to making my video yesterday because it was poker night and I did not have time. I did win in poker, so that was awesome. The Thursday day of trading, so the Wednesday day of trading, as you know, if you watched my previous video, was awful. Catching a falling knife, really bad. Lots of trades, bad guessing, just not being patient, not waiting for a setup. So Thursday, the mantra was be really patient, wait for the good setups. And on Thursday, I made all of 4 trades instead of, I think it was like 32 on Wednesday or 36 or something crazy like that. So I will pull up because for whatever reason Trade of 8 doesn't show my trades. So this is the day of trading on Thursday and what it looked like. We basically opened way down here, took a rocket ship up, and then just pretty much chopped in this area all day. You can see I did draw some lines on here. This zone is from something else. It's really for the next day. But you can definitely see, you can see the downtrend here. And then as soon as it breaks out, like if I draw this line, from the downtrend here, hitting the tops of those, basically once you break out, if you get some volume, right, like even just a strong green candle here, where if we open this up a bit, right about here, you get a strong green candle, you break that line, that would typically be the place to buy, and you would have been fine if you bought here as long as you held long enough. And kind of the same way here, right, we're going up and this is the bottom side, and so when this candle breaks down out of that up, right, and you can see that's a pretty strong candle, this would be a sign we're gonna take another down. And then of course, you could draw another line, somewhere about there-ish. And so when you saw this green candle with some volume, right, like you may have stopped out of this one, because this, like by the time you come up, generally you'd want to wait for another green candle. So if you were smart, this one ended, this is not green, like it might have started green, so you might have gotten in here. But this is at 11:042 and this is at 11:015. So I definitely would have stopped out or stopped my trade. And, here you get a green candle that's outside this line, and then you get another green candle. So this is really your better entry point, is basically right here. Oh, that's just going to grab the line. That's awesome. I'll just draw a circle and move it. I'm not a fan of, you probably enter right here, you chop a little bit, but then you get a nice, almost, if you catch the top, you get a 33, 32 point run up. And then, you come back down. So maybe you think you're chopping in here. Even if you cash out here 47, I mean, that's still a 20 point run. That's great. And kind of same thing here, right? You get this green candle, you enter here, you get the upside, and then obviously this candle pulls down, and then we pull down really fast. So Thursday looks like this. Let me show you the trades I actually made. I'm going to show it in a picture because Trade of 8 does not keep it there. So 2 trades. This is the NASDAQ. Obviously, you can tell by the price on the right side. The volume's on the bottom. Right here, I got in and basically took a very small kind of, 11,010 to 11,020 is a very small profit. And then you can see the other trade is right here. And basically, inside one 5-minute candle, I don't even remember if I shorted it. I probably shorted it and then it dropped and I got out. So very, very, very small gains from the NASDAQ. Not a big deal. I was very happy with the trades. I was very patient. I waited for them and got in when I thought it was good spots. This graph probably doesn't show it as well as like the 1 minute graph might show it. And then here is, let's see, I'll zoom in a bit. Here is the range chart, which is a 6 range chart on the S&P 500. And you can kind of see my trades here. And right here, this yellow line is point of control. And so this is 1.5 standard deviations above. And we basically, for the day, we're kind of bouncing between 1 and 1.5. So 1, 1.5, 1, 1.5, 1, almost 1.5, and then started crapping out towards later in the day. So I basically caught this at the bottom, got out at the top. I could have waited a little bit longer, but very happy with this trade. And then basically same thing in here. I got a little impatient in this candle. I moved my kind of stop up behind the profit once I was profitable a little bit. And then this candle came down really quick inside that candle and stopped me out. Otherwise, I would have gotten another, 3 points. And so the difference, again, if you don't remember, on the S&P 500 for the micro contracts, it is $5 per point. $5. Yes, $5 per point. And the NASDAQ is $2 a point. So this is a bigger spread. So those were the 4 trades. And you can kind of see I was drawing these lines. And basically, if we come in here and look, right, there's my trade. And I was watching this, and there was clearly this kind of downtrend. We were getting, lower highs, and our lows were getting, lower, and then we broke out. And this, kind of like I just explained on the other one, would have been a great entry point, kind of this first, because we'd already broken out and we kind of chopped sideways. So really, the entry point could have been here. I don't have the volume on this particular picture, which kind of sucks. I guess I should have added that into this picture. But I don't think there's enough volume here, but there was enough volume here. So a nice entry point here, you could have gotten, a nice, 5, maybe 5 points to the upside, 4 points to the upside, which is not bad on the S&P 500. Whereas on the NASDAQ, I'm always kind of looking for swings of 10 points or more. And then same thing, we've got this nice kind of down area. And one of the things that is interesting, like obviously you could come back here and try to get some ups, and I'm not going to cover that, but I circled this point just to kind of show once you're inside this range, right, it comes back, it tests the top of the range, and then it came back and it tested the bottom of the range again. And what's interesting is if you remember this down line, one of the things a lot of the times that will happen is that this is going to climb up out of this downtrend, climb up, and it's going to come back and test this downtrend line. And sometimes it might be the point at which it left it, but sometimes it's going to come back and test that downtrend line and bounce off of it, which is exactly what it did here. So had I been watching more closely, I probably would have put a long in here and caught this uptrend for another nice, 6 points. So I did miss that, but it's amazing what you start watching and start seeing. And I think the more time you spend on the screen, the more time that you're going to see these things much faster. And so I'm drawing lines all the time. I think I have a better picture of my other 2 trades, but perhaps not, or it's just not going to. There we go. So these are the 2 trades that I took on the S&P 500. So you can clearly see I caught basically the bottom of the body of this candle and exited almost at the top of this. So watching what happened over the next half an hour, I was very, very happy and pleased with this trade. Got in at the low, we got up, we came down, bounced, and came back up. And then this trade is again where I got stopped out. I got in here and I moved my profit up because this candle went all the way up to here and came all the way back down. And I was like, okay. And so I moved my stop up and then I got stopped out, and then it chopped for, 25 minutes and then went to the upside for another 6 points. So had I been more patient, which I think is one of the lessons I still need to learn in terms of letting the trades just play, making sure I know where my stop is. So, in this particular case, I could have put my stop right here or even right here if I was super worried about it, with an upside to kind of back up here somewhere, like the top of these candles or the top of these wicks, the top of this candle, and then let it run, and I would have done much better. So that is one of the things I'll be focusing on in 2023 because today was the last trading day of the year. And that is all I think I have on. I think this is just the same shot. I included volume. Okay, there we go. I thought I actually included volume. So here you can see this candle had the volume. This candle did not have the volume. So that's why this one is circled for me. But you could have bought this and then, kind of it'd be a more risky place to enter, but you could definitely enter there as well. So that is what happened today or yesterday. And then today was kind of also an interesting bag. So let me pause this for a minute and I'll be back with today's stuff. All right, so here is what happened today. So you can see I made quite a few more trades. In fact, let's just go to the easy results first. That will make more sense. I had 18 trades today, so all of them were just a single contract, so both sides of the single contract. Longest trade was almost 20 minutes. Shortest trade was, I don't even know what the shortest trade was. It was very short, like 9 seconds, I think. And it was an immediate dump of like $40. So I did fight very hard. You can see I started off with a just solid small trade, and then just rocketed loss. So the next 4 trades basically were a bunch of garbage. And then I basically made a clawback attempt to get back to the green for today, as it's the last trading day, and I wanted to try and get to the green. And I'll show you exactly what happened. But here we have the actual trades I made. You can see the first 2 were 9 seconds long, just a quick 898 to 903, so 5 points on the NAS. And then the next 4 trades basically killed me for the day. 12 seconds, $27, 6 minutes, 21, minute 50, $48. Like just huge dumpers. Got in at the wrong points, and unfortunately, like without me going through and pointing where I got in, you won't really see it. And then pretty much after that trade, I'm pretty happy with all the rest of my trades. This, here's another 47 second. Basically, it went, it dropped 4 points very, very quickly at this point. And I think I was also, right after that, I think I shorted the NASDAQ, and I lost that one too. But then I got a nice run up, and then a small one, and then I lost this one, although I could have gotten out profitably. I should have just closed the trade when I was in the green. And then the last trade of the day, 2 minutes and 22 seconds, pulled down a trade to put me back into the green from here, because then I was like, well, I should have just stopped here. I think the key point here is, let me show you what actually happened in the market today first. So let's just switch over. So here's the overnight. Basically, we were just kind of chopping right in here, kind of sideways between, 11,000 and, 11,030. And then prior to market open, morning trading hours, we basically started dumping off and came into the open of the market. So here is the open of the market today. Let me just switch to the 15-minute graph to make it way easier to see. So here is the open. We basically came in, dropped all the way, came all the way back up, and you see huge wicks on these candles. I should have just bought at 10,890, and then it's just crazy how much this was swinging in the first 15 minutes. So, and then we came over here, dropped all the way down, came back up to here. I'm not sure why I did not buy here and go long. I definitely thought about it. And so I had a bunch of trades, and really the only thing I'm going to focus on is, again, it's the patience thing. So the unfortunate part of today was that my last 2 trades, you can see 10,906, and I exited at 10,901. And then on the S&P 500, I got in at 30.24. So let's take a look at 1245, 10,000, basically we're going to call it 10,900 and 38.25 for easy math. So here is 10,900. I got in at 906. It was somewhere in this candle, because these are 15-minute candles. Let me just switch to 5. We can get a little more accurate. So here's the 12:45 candle. I got in at 10:906, right about here, and exited right about here. And I was fairly sure that this was going to take a turn north and go up, but I was very cautious. I didn't want to have this come back down. This right here, this green, is one of the demand zones that I had in play, and you can see we destroyed it on in the opening, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, opening 25 minutes of the market. But after that, we basically came up, came down and bounced on it, came up, came down and bounced on it, came up, almost got back down and almost bounced on it. And so I'm in this candle and basically exited out. What I needed to do was just remain patient, and I also wanted to go eat lunch. So I was ready to be done. It was the last trading day of the year. It was an hour and 15 minutes before the market closed. And at this point, I wish I would have simply held on, because this is what happened at the end of the day. Here's 906. If you recall, we come up here, and I probably even would have been happy here. This is a supply zone, so I expect it to bounce off of this. And you can see it kind of bounced a little bit. But had I had, if I was up here, I probably would have let it run. Who knows? I may have taken profit right here just to be like, yep, I'm done for the day. It's coming back down. I don't want to sit around. And this is where multiple contracts would be great. if I had 5 contracts and we sell, one here, and then we let the other couple ride. So we went from 9,000, 10,906, or, wherever you got in, to basically 11,050. So that sucks. It's a 150 point swing, which, great. I hope all of you got it. But I did not. And so I went and did a bunch of stuff, came back, looked at my computer, and I was like, oh my gosh. So that was a little bit brutal. And then the same thing, let me see. I guess that is not going to work the way I want it to. So we will do this instead. So basically the same exact thing happened over here on the S&P 500. Let me just cram that shorter, a little bit shorter. Yep. So you should be able to see all of that without my head being in the way. So 38.24. I was literally sitting here at 38.24. What time was it? At 12:49. So 12:49, we're in the 5-minute candles. 12:49 is inside right here. And I was sitting at 38.24. I basically bought here and sold here, mostly because I was in the green for the day. I was calling it a day, which is totally fine. No regrets. But had I just sat here for, 15 more minutes, we would have gotten this huge uptick. And then we ran from 38.25 to 38.67. So, that would have been a very nice end to the year. Having both of those trades go my way would have been, $300 or, at least $200 on the NASDAQ. I probably don't catch it at the peak. And then, over here, what are we at? 67 down to like 35 points. So, that's another $175-ish. So it would have been a really nice way to end the year, have the last 2 trades be up, $400 or $500, especially trading micros. Like getting those runs are crazy. So that is the end of my trading year for 2022. It was very short since I basically started trading recently. I did also, just on kind of a personal, what I'm doing to become better. I did buy, I think I already told you guys this, I did buy Carmine's course. I'm working my way through that. It's got some great information in it. Check it out if you want. And I did, I have 2 49-inch monitors on order, probably getting a new computer, so that I can have a much better setup, because I just don't have, I have a 38-inch ultra wide LG right now, but it's just not enough space. So we're going to try the 2 LG 49 inches and one on top of another and see if that is enough space for me to see what I want to see very quickly, and get a computer that is I mean, my computer's fine for power, but just we need a new computer. So I've been looking at that. And then kind of the other stuff I've been really focused on is starting on Tuesday, started getting up early, started working out, which has been great. I've done that all 4 days, even though I got home from poker last night around 1. I still got up this morning at 6 a.m. Got up, went downstairs, did my workout, went out, got in the cold plunge, which is awesome if you've never done cold plunging or ice bath. It's amazing. So spent 3 or 4 minutes in there this morning, even though it's like I don't know what it was. It was probably 14 degrees out this morning, or lower. And sitting in a cold plunge, it's awesome how good it feels. So doing that stuff to kind of get my body right and my mind right so that I can be focused. So hopefully that will continue in 2023. But I hope you guys all have an amazing New Year's Eve. Be safe. Don't drink and drive, obviously, but have fun. Spend time with your families and friends. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoy the videos. If you like the new logo or the new banner, give it a like, give this video a like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, whatever you want to do. I'm going to keep making these videos. It's helpful for me to help review my trades, and I hope to find a better way to be able to show here's exactly my trades and start taking much better notes in 2023 on what was I thinking during this trade, why did I take this trade, because I still think today I took too many trades. But anyway, that is it for this video and probably for this year. Have a happy new year, and we will see you guys all next year. Bye for now.